Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar News Update, your trusted source for clear, calm, and responsible reporting on developments related to the Iraqi dinar. Today's update is an important one, and for many long-time observers, it may feel like a meaningful moment after years of closely following this process. There has been increased discussion surrounding the formal approval of the Iraqi Dinar framework and confirmation of what is being referred to as the Tier 4B participation stage. With so much information circulating, our focus today is to slow the conversation down, remove speculation, and explain what this update actually represents in a practical and grounded way. If you have been following Iraqi dinar developments quietly over time and waiting for something structured rather than rumor-based commentary, this report is designed for you. There will be no complicated financial language, no pressure-driven messaging, and no exaggerated claims. Instead, we will walk through the facts, the structure behind them, and what responsible readiness looks like at this stage. Take a moment, get comfortable, and let's go through this step by step. To understand why this update matters, it is important to look at the broader context. The Iraqi dinar has been moving through an extended period of reform and preparation involving multiple layers of coordination. Over the years, progress has depended on regulatory alignment, improvements to banking infrastructure, compliance with international financial standards, and recognition within the global financial system. These steps are complex and require coordination across institutions and jurisdictions. What is now being discussed as Tier 4B represents a final verified readiness phase within that framework. This is not being presented as speculation or an unconfirmed rumor. It reflects confirmation that systems, procedures, and authorized institutions are aligned and prepared to support participation through regulated channels. The importance here is not speed, but structure and verification. In practical terms, Tier 4B refers to a verified participation phase in which eligible holders may interact with the process through approved and regulated financial institutions. This phase exists to ensure that any redemption or exchange activity occurs in a secure, transparent, and compliant environment. It indicates that legal reviews, procedural safeguards, and compliance checks have already been completed at higher levels. This is significant because it means the framework has moved beyond planning and into operational readiness. At the same time, it is important to be clear about what this does not mean. Tier 4B does not suggest that everything happens instantly or all at once. Rather, it confirms that the pathway is officially defined and governed by established rules. Implementation is designed to be gradual and responsible, allowing institutions to manage volume, verify identities, review documentation, and maintain security without placing stress on the system. Gradual implementation is intentional. Rushed financial processes often create errors, confusion, and unnecessary risk. A structured rollout prioritizes accuracy, stability, and protection for everyone involved. From an institutional perspective, this approach safeguards both the system and participants. Preparation is a key part of this stage, and this is where individual responsibility comes into focus. If you are holding Iraqi dinar, this is not a moment for panic or hurried decisions. It is a time for organization and awareness. Ensuring that holdings are securely stored, properly documented, and verifiable is essential. Equally important is knowing which banks or financial institutions are officially authorized to participate in Tier 4B related processes. It is critical to avoid unofficial websites, unsolicited messages, or third-party offers claiming early access or guaranteed outcomes. Legitimate processes do not rely on secrecy, urgency, or pressure tactics. Official participation occurs through transparent, regulated channels. If something feels rushed, hidden, or exclusive, it does not align with how regulated financial systems operate. Another reason this confirmation matters is credibility. Tier 4B reflects coordination between Iraqi authorities, recognized financial institutions, and international regulatory standards. That level of coordination adds legitimacy and reduces uncertainty. Credibility is what transforms years of observation into actionable readiness. Timing is an area where expectations must remain realistic. Tier 4B approval does not mean immediate participation for every holder. Banks must still complete identity verification, account confirmation, documentation review, and compliance checks. These steps take time, and that time is part of the protection built into the system. Patience here is not a delay, it is a safeguard. There is also an emotional element to this moment. Many individuals have followed Iraqi Dinar developments for years, sometimes decades. Seeing confirmation of readiness can naturally generate excitement. That response is understandable. However, excitement must be balanced with discipline. Decisions made under emotional pressure often lead to mistakes. Informed and measured decisions support stability. Risk management remains essential. Do not transfer control of your holdings to unverified individuals. Do not share personal or financial information outside authorized channels. Avoid private deals or online exchanges that bypass regulated institutions. The safest path is always the official one. Practical preparation can be summarized simply. First, confirm that your holdings are legitimate, verifiable, and securely stored. Second, rely on confirmed announcements from recognized sources rather than speculation. Third, identify which financial institutions are authorized to participate in Tier 4B processes. These steps are straightforward but important. One of the most valuable outcomes of Tier 4B confirmation is clarity. The framework now provides a defined roadmap rather than open-ended uncertainty. That clarity reduces stress, limits misinformation, and allows for responsible planning instead of reactive behavior. When discussing potential outcomes, it is important to stay grounded. Specific rates and timelines are part of controlled implementation and regulatory oversight. What Tier 4B establishes is the legal and institutional foundation required for legitimate participation. That foundation is the key element that has been missing in speculative discussions. International alignment is another important component. Tier 4B does not function in isolation. It reflects coordination beyond national borders and adherence to global financial standards. This alignment supports confidence and contributes to long-term stability within the overall framework. Readiness at this stage means preparation, not prediction. Organizing documentation, knowing authorized channels, and monitoring verified updates all contribute to smoother participation when appropriate. Preparation reduces uncertainty and helps maintain calm decision-making. Even with approval, systems must be tested, transactions reviewed, and safeguards enforced. A measured rollout protects all parties involved. Rushing the process only increases the risk of errors and confusion. Reliable communication remains essential. Always prioritize official announcements from government entities and regulated financial institutions. Avoid rumors, forwarded messages, or speculative commentary. Verified information should remain your primary reference point. From a broader global perspective, Tier 4B confirmation signals that the Iraqi Dinar process is operating within a credible, transparent, and internationally aligned framework. This matters not only for individual holders, but also for long-term economic positioning. As we bring this update together, the key points remain clear. Tier 4B confirmation reflects verified readiness and operational alignment. Authorized institutions are positioned to manage participation securely. Implementation is gradual by design to ensure safety and accuracy. Verified procedures reduce risk and increase credibility. Preparation, patience, and trusted information remain essential. This moment is significant not because it promises immediate outcomes, but because it confirms that the system is real, regulated, and structured. Responsible action now supports safe participation later. Before we close, one final reminder is worth repeating. Protect your holdings. Use only authorized institutions. Avoid unofficial offers, private exchanges, or unverified channels. Security is not optional at this stage. This concludes the latest update on the Iraqi Dinar and the Tier 4B readiness framework. The long period of waiting has transitioned into a phase of preparation and clarity. The structure is verified. The process is defined. The focus now is on staying informed, remaining patient, and acting with discipline. If you found this update helpful, support Iraqi Dinar News Update by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and enabling notifications so you don't miss future reports. Our focus remains clarity, responsibility, and verified information. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay cautious, and we'll see you in the next update right here on Iraqi Dinar News Update.